false evidence, fabricated evidence, forged evidence. Tainted evidence is information created or obtained illegally to sway the verdict in a court case. Falsified evidence could be created by either side in a case, or by someone sympathetic to either side. Misleading by suppressing evidence can also be considered a form of false evidence. However, in some cases, suppressed evidence is excluded because it cannot be proved the accused was aware of the items found or of their location. The analysis of evidence may also be forged if the person doing the forensic work finds it easier to fabricate evidence and test results than to perform the actual work involved. Parallel construction is a form of false evidence in which the evidence is truthful, but its origins are unknown. The accused could not be proven to know. In some criminal trial anywhere in the United States until after the murder. In 2015, Juin's attorney sought further forensic FBI scandal. In the 1990s, the fingerprint, DNA, and explosive units of the federal is left in the open. Any individual who picks it up may be fired upon. A process known as baiting. The use of drop weapons has been the cause of some controversy in the Iraq War.
Nobel cause corruption. Fabricating or planting a false evidence. When the police work, sometimes the police is sure that some people are criminals, but the police doesn't have any evidence to make an arrest. But they sure someone committed a crime. They can implant evidence. It's illegal, but it's called Nobel corruption to arrest a serious person. But if, for example, we plant evidence to arrest a victim because this victim is black, African, Muslim, Middle Eastern, we don't like, the government doesn't like, so we plant evidence because he is a victim of false allegation, and the prosecution or the police is psychopath. In the last two videos on my YouTube channel, antisocial personality disorder and a psychopath detective are serial killers. So we'll need to watch this last two videos, and I'm making also this video in English. I will send also to some embassy and to the White House until we find a solution. So if it is your first time to watch my channel, or to hear about a crime, and as a crime is happening in Australia, so I'll tell you briefly. I give you an idea about what happened to me. I was going in my friend's car to gym. I go to gym regularly. He come to my house. He was waiting outside. He saw a girl walking. I get out, start driving. Before I asked him, where are you going this way? Before he answered me, he arrived to a girl. Hey, where are you going? This girl is a psychopath, sociopath. Normal person will say thanks, or I am going this way. Can you please drop me in this area, or blah blah blah. She came and said that she was going to the station and she want to go to the station. You want to go to the station, but she didn't get inside the car. So why you tell us that you're going to the station? She start to collect the details. Collect the detail. She is intelligent, manipulating to get information to use in future. So she expected we will deny that we saw her. So she start to collect uh, small details, like a logo on my left side chest, a singlet, like my shoes. So when she come to the car, she start looking at the back seat like, we don't like. So we think that she want to sit in the front passenger seat. So once I open the door, she start looking at my shoes to see which shoes. My shoes details, Nike shoes, blah blah blah. His color black and blah blah blah. So it means she saw my shoes. That means I was outside the car. So you start looking at my shoes. At this time I was recording to the driver because we were talking about the boss in the shop's pizza, and I didn't want him to deny what we'll say. So when I get out from, I know every day we talk about the problems in the shop of pizza, so I press record before I get inside the car. So when she came, the record was on already, audio recording. She started to ask us about our names, about our backgrounds. I thought she wanted to be a friend. I asked her if she had a Facebook. She said, "Why?" I said, "You're very beautiful," and just a compliment. She started to say she has a boyfriend, and she said, "I give you my Facebook." Then she changed her mind as sending Facebook, um, uh, asking for Facebook, sending a Facebook friend request means there was, at the time of the incident, means there was normal interaction. So they started to get information and asked our names. She told me her name and she kissed me goodbye. And while in the car, said goodbye. Uh, she went to make a statement, false statement with a detective to say that I tried with my friend to kidnap her. She based her allegation on the idea. I'll show you a message. I told you that I have a psychopath friend. So I was studying his brain and I'm close to him now. And I show you what he sent me in messages yesterday. You and the Saboons tough up. You should have denied that you ever spoke to the Sharmuta. There is no solid evidence that you ever speak to her. Anyone will deny having the car number and the details. She can have the car number and the details from anywhere. So it's not as he thinks he's intelligent. So there is no solid proof that he talked to her. And the police must have a solid evidence. The normal police, not Australian police, which fabricate evidence. So here is how a psychopath thinking. See my answer? She was thinking will deny. That's why she was focusing on my shoes. So at this day, if we denied that we saw her, we went to the shopping center and was under cameras wearing the clothes which she described, and I wearing the same shoes. And at this time, where were you at this time of the incident? So if we denied, that's how she expected, and the police will get fucked because where were you? And how she got the details of you? She has never been seen you before. Plus, also, that she told, as I told him, this man, she described that I have an accent, but my accent is heavier than the driver. See? Mm. She described me that having, she said I have accent heavier than the driver. So in her description, if we deny we saw her, how can she know? We have never talked to her. She said I have an accent, while my accent is heavier than the driver. So this psychopath, she's very intelligent, or the person who made the statement very intelligent, but psychopath, an evil intelligence. So I will show now the difference between Nobel corruption and racist corruption and planting a false evidence.
No. And what did she say? Came and she said, I'm going to a bunch of the station. He said, all right, come.
The part 2 of the interview I posted on the YouTube, part 2 of the interview number R054387 at the minute 1 and 5 seconds, 3 seconds. She came and said she's going to bunch of station. 17, at the minute 17 and the 9 seconds.
It's a bunch of the station. She goes, no thanks, fine. No, this is I'm sure. So she says she's going to the station. She says that she continues to walk.
She said I'm going to bunch of station. And the detective says she said no thanks, I'm fine. I said no. I'm sure she said bunch of station. I'm sure. Why I'm sure? Because I just recorded. I was recording to the driver, audio record. She came inside the record. So before I sleep, I was hearing what we recorded. I recorded to the driver on the coffee and on when I met him. So by reviewing the record, she told us 2 or 3 times that she was going to the station, which isn't recorded. That's why I said I'm sure she said. Now, at the same part, at the minute 30, I will focus in this video only on the fabricating of false evidence, because a detective who is fabricating must be arrested, must be in jail for fabricating against someone he is sure is innocent. It's not a Nobel fabrication.
She's gone. She says that you said that doesn't matter. I have a girlfriend, but you're more beautiful.
The detective has the statement. He's reading their allegation from the statement.
I didn't say this. She says you let go of her, and you said, are you sure you don't want to leave her? She said, I'm fine, I can walk. And she started walking in the same direction towards the station.
So at the minute, after I told him I'm sure she was going to the station, he read in the same part that she said I'm fine, I can walk. She started walking in the same direction towards the station.
She said, I'm fine, I can walk. And she started walking in the same direction towards the station.
When he said towards the station, now he must leave me. Sorry, Mr. Sharif, we have a slut, psychopath, lying. You are innocent. We will apologize and will compensate you for the false arrest. And the day which you spend with us, we will compensate you. Thank you. You can go home. Finish. The body language, you must get arrested for what he done. So when he do this, he starts the intention to fabricate a new statement. This fact sheet has been printed at 2 a.m. after my interview, or 2 hours after my interview. He said, I'm fine, I can walk. The victim began to walk in the opposite direction, back down to Mount Windows, away from Carisbrook Avenue. He said, I'm fine, I can walk.
She started walking in the same direction towards the station. I didn't say this. She says you let go of her, and you said, are you sure you don't want to leave her? She said, I'm fine, I can walk. And she started walking in the same direction towards the station.
He said, I'm fine, I can walk. We started walking in the same direction towards the station. So the statement of the girl should say, I said, I'm fine, I can walk. I started walking in the same direction towards the station. Now, towards the station means she was directed to the station. So how can I know she was going to the station? Except if she told us. And if she told us, that show her what were her motivation, her motives to tell someone that she's going to the station. And I remind you, Mr. or anyone watching this, after the case dismissed, I went to work to start my life, and I left this case and left any referral or to make. I haven't made videos until last year about this case. But why I'm making videos now? Because the police put me as a person of interest after I got case dismissed and they found me innocent because I asked the commander to arrest the police, to arrest the detective. They targeting me everywhere. Here it is. It's the gym, Crunch Gym. See? In 2019. Was a person who was also banned. Person of interest. To notify police if he returned to the gym. 28th February, got arrested. So, plus, I got a chronic or complex post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD. They're targeting me because they failed to put me in jail for nothing. Even their dirty courts, they failed because I make a headache for them. They fucking Nazi. So I'll show you how they treat people. Here's the fact sheet which I sent to the psychiatrist Dr. Stephen Arnott. Here is a statement of the girl which have been provided in the brief of evidence. Say in the same line, she said, I'm fine, I cannot. She started working in the same direction towards the station. I went to Commander of Police. Commander of Police. Letter received on the 15th of April 2013. In regard to that record number R0254387, I would like to take this opportunity to thank you for bringing this matter to the attention of New South Wales Police. This man should be arrested. Superintendent. I told him that by reviewing the interview at the minute 1 hour 3 minutes 15 seconds and the original interview, he says that she was going to the station. In the fact sheet, in the brief evidence statement, he says she was going headed originally. And his intention of fabrication is being shown in the fact sheet as he say opposite direction. But it's a big fabrication, so reading the same direction, so he didn't change the statement to opposite direction. But he was in rush, in hurry to make the fact sheet, because the next day we have to show the court a fact sheet to make it opposite direction. So when you go to fabricate a new statement, you say same direction but headed originally, which headed originally to give him a space to think, to create any place, not a bunch of station. It's noble to make something like this when you're sure that someone is criminal. But if the girl was a criminal and she lies all the time, it's a different story. Even in the statement, in the interview, she was my friend, and she said, I'm fine, I can walk. He's reading also the same statement. She said, I'm fine, I can walk, and started walking the same direction to Munchville. So the statement should say, she said, I'm fine, I can walk. We started walking the same direction towards Bunchville station. Here he's fabricating. So the legally the case should be dismissed. When I told police superintendent on the 17th of April, he should dismiss the case. He released my friend. I was in bail, but he was in jail. He released my friend on bail, but I still was going to report. Why? Why are you torturing me? So when they persist to torture me, I start another strategy, which was I went to Facebook to make a headache. I put parts of the interview on the Facebook, the recorded interview, the audio, and the fact sheet and the statement. Yesterday, she printed this directly. Yesterday, they make a print directly when I posted this, because it was very serious. Australia is great. The video has been recorded till 11:30 p.m. on 16th of November. Fact sheet 2 a.m. 17th of November. Someone has made changes in a statement which is big crime in Australia. A racist will be an example. And I put the statement of the Khara. Here is the line 20. She said, I'm fine, I can walk. And I see, I hid it originally. And I'm saying, compare the video, fact sheet statement, you will understand. Here is the fact sheet. Says all the direction. So I'm fine, I can walk, all the direction. The video, the record number R024487. Some of police are fucking racist. Some of police are fucking racist. And I put in this record, I'm saying to him, I'm sure she said she was going to Marshall Station. And he reading, after I told him, she said, I'm fine, I can started walking in the same direction towards the station. So why you say did it originally and say opposite direction? Very intelligent boy. So I went to tell the commander. The commander failed to dismiss the case. So to protect myself before the trial start, I posted on Facebook expecting that someone will see this and will dismiss the case. The government is a gang. The government in Australia is a gang. So what happened after I posted this is a very serious crime. There's the detective and his girlfriend at this time, which is his wife now. His name is Melissa. Melissa, I say compare the statement, the fact sheet, and the video, the audio, you will understand. Melissa, police versus Sharif. I click the play and I hear a male voice. However, I couldn't understand what was said. Yeah. I also observed police statement and electronic recorded interview under R025437, which is R025437. But Melissa, she couldn't understand what was said. And the detective fabricating, Raiko, could hear a male voice, but couldn't understand it because of his voice. You're reading. So after this, plus the fabrication, the DNA result. The DNA result shows there was no contact on the areas like breast or underneath. There was no contact, couldn't be determined underneath and on the breast area, as we said. So the DNA couldn't be determined My DNA profile is very, very rare. So if I touch you, it will lightning. It will appear very, very clear. But couldn't be determined means there was no contact. That was on the 20th of September 30th. He came to my house on Saturday, the 21st of September 30th, to arrest me. He and McHale and Abalone and the gang of detectives. So I told the commander, here is the 21st, they refused. The 21st of September, they refused. And the detective which I Ratako Velisavich, which I reported him to the commander, he came to arrest me. Undertaken by Detective Velisavich. Velisavich come to arrest me. The date here, 17th of April. 17th of April. He come to me the 21st of September. The 21st of September. So after the DNA cleared me, I'm a victim of a false allegation of a psychopath. This man also deleted an audio record of the incident. He deleted many records. I was recording also from Muhammad on the cafe. I was making like videos. I'm recording the view. Well, I recorded what he said. I'm not recording the view or the slots on the coffee shop. That's what I wanted him to think. So he said, why record him? Because we go to the fuck the boss and say the boss, you don't pay him, will take money. The boss told him that when the money, the business increase, will give you money. But the boss didn't pay him money. So I told him, take what he told you. I cut the power and you take what he didn't want to give you. So I recorded him because if he fuck with me, I will be tell him, you are a boss, you're a fucking boss, you steal him, so steal you back. So now we are dealing with a gang, not with a government. Fabricating here is not Nobel, it's on racist bias. Okay? Why the fabricating here is not Nobel? Because I'm a clear victim. Why? The girl, she said, she blah blah blah. The girl was prepared to say anything. Was prepared to say what? Anything. We'll see now. The part 2 of the interview at the minute 25:39 seconds. So go to the part 2 and
My wife and me again.
on YouTube.
She's like, no, I didn't put my hand.
25. Go to part 2
Said that you
on
grabbed
the
the
YouTube
left
at the minute 25.
arm, yeah. She was still in shock and you. She couldn't get. Her story is about 22, half an hour, as she tells.
Her story needs 20 minutes to half an hour, as she tells. It was only 2 minutes. All this happened in 2 minutes. So I wanted to say that you say long things happened, which was 2 minutes. You giving me, you touch and you blah blah blah. This it's a big story. So here we got out 025487 the transcript. She said As soon as 20 to half an hour أشيك. We went to the court of the dirty court district, Australia, Sydney district. Fox, could you estimate the passenger was outside of the car? He said he was outside of the car about 30 minutes. Again, 30 minutes. During the 30 minutes, no one in the street, no cars, no, it was 2 p.m. afternoon. That means the detective gave the girl a copy of my interview. She found me say, her story needs 20 to half an hour. And she knows that we're fabricating and this is a story. So, okay, let's make it 30 minutes. Exactly. So this girl is prepared to say, I put my finger in her vagina. I put my finger on her ass. She's prepared to say anything. She says 30 minutes. So now I'm clear victim. I'm not a person of interest. So why in 2019 the dirty police, the dirty white police of Australia say I'm a person of interest and following me to the gym, regardless of supporting me. And going to the gym is a kind of psychological treatment after a post-traumatic stress disorder and after a very serious trauma like this. They follow me to the gym. They don't want to let me live in peace. Why? Why? Because I was supposed not to defend myself against a very serious allegation made by a Nazi. I will show you the dirty courts of Australia. The girl was being assisted in the video link by a female officer. Here is a court. I thought I heard someone saying something other than the drink whiskey. Someone in the background in the room. It sounded like another voice. That can be referred to if you want to, and just to say that assist my learner friend. I asked it to clarify question. The driver said, I mean recording, blah, 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 blah. There was a voice saying, relax, just get in. You listened with other and another voice, soft voice. A soft voice said, relax, just get in. Which means indicating someone which either assists the witness to give an answer or indicated that there may be a statement present in the room. So was they have a statement because the story is being made. So if someone this girl doesn't know what the police saying, so she come to read the statement so the detective not be subject to be arrested. The detective was scared because I told him I will arrest you. I sent to the detective on his Facebook page, I will come to arrest you. You are a fucking criminal. That was still I was in bail. So now bring the girl to read the accord. Here is also somebody and smiled. بتضحك. She's smiled. I noted that also as well. The girl was relax, she was looking at some. Mhm. So if I'm recording now, if someone is behind the camera, he can give me an assist. You can't see him because he's behind the camera. So if you're giving evidence to the court, false evidence, and someone is reading this false evidence, means it's not justice. This is rubbish. It's a gang stealing a land and abusing justice. Gang, white gang, stealing a land and targeting the black people, the Africans, the Muslims, the minorities, the immigrants. And some detectives is just psychopath. They have mental problem, mental issues. They can't. They have small dicks. They can't fuck nicely. They can't keep erection for long times. They have premature ejaculation. This comes into serious mental problems. So if they feel they're not mature sexually, they arrest people and fabricate false evidence so that everyone on the stage is premature. Very serious. Psychopath. Psycho. We asked the judge, leave the case because the, the girl is being assisted. Yeah. I don't think I need to satisfy myself that there is something. That something being said. I mean, fact, if I take like by the visibility, if this is also the point which I sent to Dr. Stephen, and Dr. Stephen warned me, be careful. Everyone in the court is working against you, even your lawyer. He asked me, do you trust your lawyer, the psychiatrist? He make a report. They asked him to make a report. I'm not fit to stand the trial. He say no, he told them, I will say he's fit to stand the trial, but not fit to give evidence. So if you say, let him stand trial because he's a victim. If you say he can't stand trial, I'll be accused forever. So until this case finished, I didn't give evidence because I'm not fit to give evidence. Because I'm intelligent to put detectives in jail. I'm not fit to give evidence. I will make another video. I thought, as I said, I'd make 5, 6, 7 videos to send to the White House. Watching is a human rights. But I refer now quickly to the difference between psychosis, schizophrenia, and super intelligence. I don't have to be wired to be intelligent. I can still have large or dark dick and be intelligent. Here is mental health to the magistrate of the Khara. Dear magistrate, to the court. To the court, sent to the court. So he say here, he believes that's me. He believes that he was being given a special ability to interpret hidden messaging in the Quran, which is not true. I told him I have. He was asking me, what you doing in your time? How you spend your time? I told him I spend my time. I have verses in Arabic, and I'm working with these verses to show not just a supernatural activity, I show super intelligence. He say, I'm working for Nobel Prize. He say Nobel Prize. Psychosis. So I'll show now this, what I'm talking about. So I want you, if you don't understand Arabic, to translate what I'm saying and to try to understand what I'm referring to. Don't be just Nazi. Because if you prescribe antipsychotics because you are stupid, don't understand what I'm referring to, it's a crime. You should be arrested. Especially if a gang of police asked me to do this so that I can I stop to ask for justice. Very serious. Can you see something like this? An Arabic verses and through lines, 3 lines, and covering the words, you get photos like this. So I'll show now that there must be something supernatural, not something uh, coincidence. This verse is in Arabic, and Arabic is being written from right to left, but because this was a Facebook account which I have been arrested because of it, I posted these Arabic verses. There was English letters up and down, and when it posted, the starting of the, the beginning of the sentence has been moved, and the end of was being on same line, which couldn't happen outside the post, because when you start writing, there should be the beginning on the same line, and the end is different. The end is moves. So when this happens, hidden lines start to show inside this verses. So in these verses, if you look here, find a line inside. ثالثهما انصلب على الإنسان منزلا بالأرض بالعذاب أبصرت الروح وأخراه رب جليس. Ends at one. There are 3 gods. One of these gods has been crucified, and after he has been crucified, he has been descended to earth to be tortured on the cross. And after that, the earth saw the crucified God is a God who is the King of the kings at Judgment Day. So this line, if you say this was a coincidence, there is a line for the Prince of Darkness or the King of Darkness, which is from the verse 7 downward. تنزيل اسم خلق الإنسان من علا ما رقعت كبرا عدلا عن جنة نزلها المستهزئين أزاغهن النفوس إبليس قديس. The descending of the Prince of Darkness, the King of Darkness, which the devil. تنزيل باسم إنسان. The creation of man was a reason for me to descend from the heavens to the earth. And you can ask someone specialist in Arabic to translate to you if you don't understand. So if we say the first line is coincidence, the second line is very hard to be coincidence, especially the 2 lines are fighting for al-insan, the human. The god of light, the god of sun, is fighting the god of darkness for the human. The fight between good and evil, the light and darkness, the yin and yang. So if we say these two, if we say two lines are also coincidence, there's still more lines. I'll show you. First line, second line, the human and the cube. With the third line inside, like in first line, second line, there is a line like this, up, down, refer to the rise of the Christ after crucifying. And this line refers to as-Sabi'a, which the first to worship the stars and the planets, which is the religion which I'm referring to. The 7 stars and the planets, 7 gods. The 7, the eternal life, and the eye of Horus, which is the king of the kings, the son of God. And his eye is here in the verse 9. So this is impossible all this to be coincidences. So here is the line, third line, fourth line, like this. You can review what I'm referring to. And this, if this was impossible to be a coincidence, this means it's a supernatural activity, supernatural about this could be, I'm saying this, the presence of God. So in the same, have a look again, find, see, there is a signature through the letters up here and down. So that I'll show you portraits in the same size. Charles Dawkins. The stupid says not Charles Dawkins. So he changes to a monkey. See his face now and his nose. He's a liar. Charles Dawkins. Richard Dawkins. Richard Dawkins. There is a monkey. Here, monkey. Not Richard Dawkins. A face turned into a monkey. At least it's intelligence. You giving me antipsychotic for this? In a way, I didn't use any of your antipsychotics, but I give you the prescription because I'll take you to the court. You should be arrested. For that's the way you're treating a genius. You give him antipsychotics, this prescription, be arrested. Mr. Nazi stealing the land, you'll be arrested. I'll come to arrest you. One day I'll come to arrest you, and this will be an evidence to convict you. You're giving someone intelligent and psychotic because you say his mental secret hidden meaning in which Quran? This is not Quran. It's not Quran. So what do you say? You based your medication because if you have false beliefs, not me, I have false beliefs. And he says the plan, blah blah blah. The plan, I told you there are supernatural activity when the accidents happens at the 5 p.m. That means there is some, could be someone behind the accidents giving you a fingerprint by fixing the 5 p.m. no accident. But I'm not stick to this idea. I'm just referring to you. There might be. And here is a Trump and Simpson in the same verses. Trump and Biden. So when you send to the magistrate that I have psychosis and start shoplifting because I have a false belief. I don't have any false beliefs and I don't shoplifting. I wanted to bring attention that there is a detective. He is very serious criminal. So I go to the store, I take a shoes, and I bought the charge inside my old shoes, and I take a new one. So when they find my shoes, and they find there's a charge inside my shoes saying uh, the published broadcast a person's name because of Facebook, they know that something wrong is happening. I have been arrested for writing a name on Facebook, and they say that's why the post is being deleted. The detective was concerned I might post the name again instead of arresting the girl for filling a false statement because she's full of malice and she is a psychopath. Sociopath. He arrested me again after finding me innocent and the DNA clearing me. So I don't want to shoplifting. I want to bring attention. You want me to just get fucked like this and no compensation and I start to do this when you come to the train to harassing me. I didn't start this bringing attention to your crimes except in 2018, 2019. So okay, you want to arrest me again, get fucked. You'll get fucked. You know what I mean? So it's the purpose wasn't shoplifting. It wasn't to bring attention of people. Why this man was at the top of the Republic of Egypt and he's very smart, very intelligent. He's a pharmacist in the Royal Commission. So why are you doing this? So anyone would think. So I'm giving him the charge and the truth. So they will say, oh, the detectives are the criminals. They caused him a brain damage. He started to do this. That's what I want. So it's like a snowball effect. So the psychiatrist shouldn't. In a way, if you persist not to behave and not to understand that people are just equal, and if you don't stop hate, there are serious things will happen because there is a God. There is a God controlling, and this God is justice. This God is justice. So I will send this to White House because I didn't wait assistance from the White House. I'm waiting assistance from the God. But this God is the White House. Just turn a blind eye. This God will fuck the White House. So my target is I'm praying so everyone will be safe.